Welcome back, y'all. I'm Todd McCullough with TMAC Fitness. We have an awesome yoga sequence designed specifically for athletes getting into yoga. So one of my pet peeves is that yoga classes nowadays, there's too much flow. They never hold the poses. You really get the benefit from holding the pose. And so that's what this sequence is all about. Let's have fun. We're gonna start off in down dog. So hands are straight ahead or slightly turned out. Feet are straight ahead or slightly turned in. Just go ahead and pedal out the feet. Start waking up the body. Little calf stretch. Start to bring some awareness to the breath. Now go ahead and straighten both legs. Drive the thighs back. Take a deep inhale and exhale all the way out. One of the many benefits of yoga is learning to come back to the breath that you can take with you on and off the mat. So deep inhale again. Exhale all the way out. Now I want you to seal the lips, and for the rest of the practice, try to keep your lips nice and closed. Just breathe in and out through the nose. Starting to feel those calves open up, maybe getting into the hamstrings a bit. Shoulders may start to feel like we're getting a little bit of work. Deep inhales, long exhales. About 10 more seconds here. Good. Now we're going to shift forward into high plank. Now from high plank, we're just going to rotate to the side for a side plank on your right side here. Now, really important, wrist is underneath the shoulder, and we're stacking everything up. Now, most of you at home, that hip's going to want to open up. Try to close off the hip and then really lift up off the ground as high as you can. If you need a modification, you can take the foot here, or you can drop the right knee down, either one. Advance this here. Couple deep inhales, long exhales. Awesome job. Now we're going to go ahead and switch to the left side. Again, wrist, really important. Underneath the shoulder, stack it up. Again, try to lift the hips up as high off the ground as you can. Get that oblique involved. Now real quick, one of the common things, stay in this pose. This hand tends to get too far out in front of the shoulder. Push your shoulder in a compromising position. Don't do that. Make sure the wrist is underneath the shoulder. Awesome job. Now we're gonna go into a yoga squat. So toes are turning out. We're just gonna squat down. Elbows inside, not resting here, okay? So work in here. You're gonna be here for a little bit. So again, we're using the arms. You should be able to hang down just like this, and using the elbows to push the knees out a bit. I'll try to open up the chest. Now, a lot of you at home, your heels are gonna be off the ground just like that. Try to, even if you have to come up a little bit, that's fine. I want you to be able to curl those toes up. We're trying to get into the hips. And so, again, if you're an athlete and you're just getting into squatting and those type of things, you need to be able to do this pose and have good mobility in your ankles and knees and hips to be able to squat properly, okay? About 20 more seconds here. Deep inhales, long exhales. Just set a little deeper. Quads may start to burn. Welcome to yoga. Like I mentioned, I like to hold the pose. That's where you get the benefits. Awesome job. Stand up, shake it out. And we're going to crescent pose. It's basically just a lunge for all you athletes. So lunge position, feet are wide, right? Now you're going to drop down, take your right hand, grab the left wrist, and pull back into the right, just like this. We're trying to get this big stretch here through the hip. Deep inhales, long exhales. I'm turn to face you guys. So we're here. Again, wide stance. You don't want to be on a tightrope. And we're bending here and pulling back just like this. Should feel this deep stretch in this hip. Every exhale, see if you can sit a little deeper. Again, bring awareness back to the breath. See if you can bend back a little bit more. Stay in the pose, you're doing great. Deep inhales, long exhales. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Now we're just gonna go to the left side. So again, make sure you have a wider stance on this. We don't want you on a tightrope, all right? So left foot's forward, back leg's back to your right. Both feet are pointed straight ahead. We come in that lunge position. This time we take our left hand, grab our right wrist, and pull back into the left. Give you guys a front view. So we're gonna go through this whole sequence 2 times, and you'll notice that second set, you can really start to sit a little deeper. Stay in it. See if you can start to sit a little deeper in that leg, opening up that hip. Deep inhales, long exhales. Are you breathing in and out through the nose still, right? Come back to that. Let the body warm up. Good. Stand up, shake it out. Now we're going into warrior 2, right? So a little different stance. Back foot's turned slightly in and straight. Heel to arch alignment, front knee bends, okay? Back leg again stays straight. We bend into the right leg, and we're just gonna gaze over our fingertips, right? Just like this. So you're getting this deep stretch here in this left inner hip, right? Make sure your knee is tracking your second toe. We don't want that knee buckling in. Stay in the pose. Again, really important we come back to the breath. Think of this inhale, exhale, okay? Sit deep into that. So you're lengthening the spine with each breath, and we're sitting a little deeper in those hips. Might start to feel a little burn in the quads. Shoulders may start to get heavy. That's all right. This is what yoga should feel like. Three, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it out. Just gonna go to the left side now, okay? Face you guys. So left foot's forward, back foot's turned slightly in. Again, heel to arch alignment. Earlier we were wide, now we're heel to arch alignment. Knees tracking the toe, back foot's turned slightly in, and we set in it. So one tip too, that back foot, imagine you're pushing that back foot against the wall. So you want it nice and firm. You don't want to be bending that knee at all. Help protect that knee. Keep it nice and straight. I like to pick a point here off my fingers, just focus on that kind of tip of the finger, and just to bring your eyes there. Great moment to come back to the breath again, in and out through the nose. You're doing great at home. Stay in that pose. Again, the breath is very important in yoga. Once you learn to control your breath in a stressful environment, you can take this with you off the mat, right? You're in a stressful situation at work, at school, argument with your girlfriend, come back to the breath and make a positive choice. This is great training for it right now. All right, so wide-legged fold. So wide stance, toes are turned slightly in, okay? I want you to grip the mat with your feet and pull that energy in to get those adductors in line. Interlock your finger, inhale, exhale, we hinge over, just like this. So we're pushing our butt back, chin is down, we're reaching out as we push back with our butt. Keep pulling that energy in with those feet, getting that adductor. Strengthening those back muscles. Again, deep inhales, long exhales. And let it all go. Walk the hands further out in front of you now. Crawl them out and keep sitting those hips back. Tuck the chin. Let the neck relax. Just let that back get a little stretch. Hamstrings, great stretch. Again, coming back to the breath, just sitting a little deeper into it. You guys are doing great at home. Stay with it. This is an awesome stretch. Fantastic job. All right, stand up, shake it out. Now we're going to extended side angle. So back to that heel to arch alignment. Right foot's forward, back foot's turned slightly in. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to go right inside the right ankle, just like this. You're going to open up the chest. Now, a modification, you can always rest the forearm here. That's fine. If you want to sit a little deeper in the hip, have the hand down. Also a great opportunity if you have a block or a weight you want to put here to really open this up. So again, we're using this right arm to push that knee out. You don't want the knee buckling in as we set deep into the hip. Again, that back left leg is nice and firm and straight. Also getting a little chest stretch here. And you'll notice again, that second round, you can set a little deeper. So we're gonna pull that right hip back as we press through the right big toe. So pull that hip back. 10 more seconds. Notice the hip starting to open up a bit. Awesome job. Shake it out. A little burn there, feels good. Starting to wake up. So now left foot's forward, back foot's turned slightly in. All right, left hand's gonna drop down inside the left ankle. Stack the arms, open up. Remember that back foot's turned slightly in, it's nice and firm. Taking this left tricep, driving into that left leg, pushing that hip out, and then pull that hip back to the left as you press through the left big toe. Stay with it wherever you are. So again, come back to the breath. Deep inhales. Exhale all the way out. On that exhale, again, try to sit a little deeper in that hip. See if you can open up that chest and shoulder a little bit more, all right? Awesome job. Stand that up, shake it out, warrior one. So now I have really stiff hips. You're gonna see that in this pose. So warrior one, we're on a wide stance now, right? Imagine your hips are like headlamps on a car. You wanna try to square them off. So pull that right hip back as you take the left hip forward. Left leg stays straight, and we bend into the right knee. I'm already feeling that in the left hip. Some of you can go much deeper in this, but I don't want you to pull that back foot off the ground. I want that back foot to stay flat as you bend into the hip. So you're feeling this deep stretch through here. Go ahead and face you guys. So again, wide stance here, right? Not a tightrope. Back foot's turned slightly in. And we bend into that front knee. Again, deep stretch in this left hip. Matt's sliding on me here. If I do a split, you guys will laugh at me. Enjoy that. Five more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, that feels good. Shake that out. We're going to the other side, all right? So left foot's forward now. I'm going to face you guys in camera, give you guys a better angle. Back foot's turned slightly in. Again, wide stance. Take those hands on the hips. Pull that left hip forward, left hip back, right hip forward. Trying to square off the hips. Back leg stays straight. We bend into the front knee. Arms go up. Try not to pinch your neck either. I see this often in class. Try to relax the neck. We're just taking the arms up. Right? We're getting this stretch all through the sternum. You guys are doing awesome at home. Now look, ideally if I had better hip mobility, this foot would be able to get further in here, right? But notice when I do that, my back foot comes off the mat. We don't want that, right? So we want the back leg straight, and notice that pulls my hip back up. And that's the work we're doing, trying to open up that hip. Awesome job. Stand up. All right, little hip stretch here, okay? If you have a kettlebell or a yoga mat or block or some sort of block, this could help you in this pose as well. So we're gonna stand on the left leg. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and we're gonna take our hands down here. Now look, all of you can't get to this position just yet, that's fine. When I first started yoga, I was up here like this. This is fine, okay? You can keep your hands here, work on a little balance. Again, if you have a block or a weight or something, this would be super helpful to have here. Feeling this deep hip stretch. Stay with it, you guys are doing great. Again, breathe into the muscle you're trying to work. So we're focusing on that right hip. Try to breathe into that hip the best you can, all right? Deep inhale. Exhale all the way out. One more deep breath. Deep inhale, and let that all go. Stand up, shake it out. All right, you know the drill. We're going to do it on the left side now. So we cross the left ankle over the right thigh. We bend down. Take your hands as far as they can. That's fine. Again, most of you have a weight or something a block you can put your hands on. Super helpful. Stay in that pose. So some of you knew me from back in the years playing football at University of Florida. I was the tight, stiff guy running around playing linebacker, okay? When I could not do this to save my life back in my Florida days, I would be probably about right here. But doing this year after year, you get a little bit better. And I assure you, for those that want a long, healthy athletic career, doing this practice or sort of yoga practice 1 to 2 days a week would definitely help you. One, perform as a better athlete, but two, help keep you safe as well. All right, 3, 2, 1, awesome job. Shake that out. Now we're gonna repeat that whole sequence one more time, all right? Then we're gonna lay down for a little breathing and you're done. So, down dog. You guys got this. So hands again, straight ahead, slightly turned out, feet are straight ahead, slightly turned in. Go ahead and pedal out the feet again if you need to. Everything should be nice and warm though. Now go ahead and straighten the legs, drive the thighs back, hands again straight ahead or slightly turned out. You're gonna be here for a total of 1 minute, about 50 seconds left. So deep inhale, exhale, try to push the hips further back, driving those thigh bones all the way back. See how much stretch we can get now in our calves, right? So really focus on that. Letting those shoulders get a little blood flow. Again, remember how we said in the beginning, breathing in and out through the nose. Lips are sealed. Great, now shift forward, high plank. All right, now we're gonna stack to our right side, just like this. We did this earlier, right? Your shoulders may be tired. That's all right, you're an athlete, right? You can handle this. Again, try to lift up as far off the ground to get that oblique engaged. Again, that top left hip's wanna open up, slightly close it off. Again, what I'm looking for at home, wrist underneath shoulder, and again, if this is too much, you can take the leg, cross it over, or you can even drop the right knee down just like this if you need to, okay? 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We're just gonna switch sides now. Wrist underneath shoulder, and let's go. Modifications. Foot comes across, knee goes down. Again, most important thing I'm looking for, this wrist is underneath the shoulder, not too far out in front, like that. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. All right, we come to that yoga squat that I know some of you struggled with at home. I know I used to struggle with this in yoga a lot. Eventually you get comfortable in this position, believe it or not. So toes are turned slightly out, and we squat down. Again, we're not resting here, right? Arms come inside. You can just let them hang if you want. And we're gonna like to take these arms and push into the knees, opening up a little bit more. You can take your hands in prayer position, try to open up your chest a little bit. I want you to see if you can curl your toes up. Wiggle those toes up in the air, like that. That's a good sign that you're getting into your hips. If you're too much like this, right, we've got to work on our mobility a little bit. And if you can't get in this position, it's also a good thing too, if you're doing squats with a barbell, maybe you put a block underneath your heel for now until you get a little bit more ankle mobility. Set a little deeper. I said yoga was easy, right? You guys are doing great. Awesome job. Stand up. Shake it out. Should feel good. Trying to get more into the hips now. So crescent pose again. Right foot's forward, wider stance, not a tightrope, okay? So wider stance. Just like your lunge, just like this for all you athletes out there. Now take your right hand on that left wrist and pull back into the right as you bend into that left knee. Now, I'll give you another cue to think about. Stay in that position. I want you to squeeze this left butt cheek a little bit. Go ahead and light that up, and then notice how it's a little deeper stretch here in that hip. So keep that left butt cheek squeezed and sit a little deeper in that right leg. Should feel a nice deep stretch there. Again, breathing in and out through the nose. Lips are closed. See if you can pull back a little bit more, get that deep stretch. Good. Stand up, shake it out. My mat's moving a little bit on me here. So left side, okay? Again, wide stance. Feet are pointed straight ahead, okay? We're gonna bend that front knee. You're on the ball of your foot, on the back leg. And you're gonna lean back and to the left. Again, we're trying to open up this body here. Notice how it's a little bit more open on round two. See if you can sit a little deeper into that leg, okay? Give you guys a side view. First round, you're sitting in there, open up the body. In the second round, we really can get in there deep. This is one of my favorite things to do for a tight back as well, help opening up this hip flexor. See if we can squeeze that right butt cheek. Right, see if you feel a little tighter when you do that. Stay in it, you're doing great. Less than 10 seconds. I want you to focus on the breath. Deep inhales, long exhales. Remember, lips are closed. Stand up, shake it out. Back to warrior two now, okay? Again, we're focusing on those hips. Heel to arch alignment, back foot's turned slightly in, okay? Knee should be tracking toe. We bend into the front knee, right? So I'm already feeling this deep stretch here in the left hip, a little right quad burn. We're just gazing over our fingertips. Remember, inhale, exhale, sit a little deeper. Stay in that. Look, a lot of you at home, again, if you're wondering why I do yoga, right? You always want to be able to transfer energy through multiple planes of motion. If you're super stiff, right? Like for example, in football, there's a saying, low man wins. This is going to help you get lower than your opponent who doesn't do yoga, right? If you're playing baseball, you're fielding a ground ball, you want to be able to move through multiple planes of motion with good mobility. That's why you do yoga from the movement standpoint. And then also injury prevention, as you can tell, there's a lot of muscles here that you're working that you've probably neglected if all you do is lift weights. 10 more seconds, you're almost home. Deep inhale, long exhale. One more breath. And let it go. Stand up, shake it out. We're going to the left side now. So let's go ahead and get set up. You're on the back side, guys. You're doing great. heel to arch alignment, back foot's turned slightly in. Knees tracking the toe. We just bend into that front knee as the back leg stays straight. Again, you can get lower, but watch what happens when I try to sit too low. What happens to my back foot? Now we're putting too much stress on the knee. You want to keep that back foot nice and flat. Imagine it's like a knife edge there, okay? I know for me, I've had a couple shoulder surgeries as well, right? So being able to open this up a little bit really helps. See if you can sit a little deeper. Maybe get a little hamstring involvement here, okay? Quads are definitely burning. I know you feel that. 10 more seconds. Stay in the pose. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more deep inhale. And let it all go. Stand up, shake it out. So we're gonna do a little variation now of the white-legged fold. So, toes are turned slightly in again. You're pulling the feet in. Now you're gonna interlock the hands behind the back, okay? Now inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. You just take the arms over top. Now again, if you're really tight like me, maybe bending the elbows gives you a little bit more space. Just letting the neck relax, opening up those shoulders, stretching the hamstrings. Stay in it, you're doing great. Again, focus on the breath. Now really focus right now on these last few breaths on the shoulders, opening up. See if you can get that stretch in there, right? A lot of us athletes, we do a lot of pressing, a lot of push-ups, a lot of bench pressing. Open that up. It'll pay dividends in the end, I promise you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Stand up, shake it out. Now, back to extended side angle. So heel to arch alignment, back foot's turned slightly in. Knees tracking the second toe. So it's just like Warrior 2. Now we take the right hand, we drop it inside the right ankle, just like this. Now look, you want to be able to take this chest, ideally, right? These arms are stacked like this. I don't quite have the mobility. Let's say I want to focus on that right now. I can take my forearm right here and focus more on the chest. If I want to focus more on the hip, I'm going to compromise a little bit of the chest. I'm getting more into the hip. Again, another thing, if you have a block or a weight you can put right here, totally helps as well, okay? But we're using this right arm to push that right knee out. You don't want that right knee buckling in. So you want to pull the right hip back as you press through the right big toe. Now notice how you're keeping that back left leg nice and firm. And then on top of that, all you need to worry about is the breath. Good, stand up, shake it out. We're gonna go to the left side now, okay? So heel to arch alignment, back foot's turned slightly in. We bend the knee, left hand drops inside, we open up. So again, we're taking this left arm, pushing that left leg out as we pull the left hip back, open up. Again, see if you can open up this right chest, really push and open here. Notice how your breath wants to constrict. Come back to big, slow breaths. Again, modification. Put your forearm on your left thigh. You're still doing plenty of work, just like this. Stay in the pose. What I'm looking at home, if I was walking with you in your studio, in your home, is that back foot doesn't compromise and come off the ground. It needs to be flat. Imagine you're pressing against my foot with your foot. It needs to be firm. Good job. Stand up, shake it out. Warrior 1, you're almost home. So again, it's another wide-legged stance pose. So imagine you got railroad tracks, right? Hips, go ahead and straighten both legs. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Keep that back leg firm, take your arms up. And now bend into that front knee. So I'll give you guys a side view. It's like this. Again, some of you at home, you can sit way down in there, right? That's amazing, but when I try to do that, watch what happens to that back foot. Notice it comes off the mat, we don't want that. So I'm getting plenty of stretch right here. I'm just gonna sit with this and breathe into that. On this next exhale, see if we can sit a little deeper. Three, two, one, stand up, shake it out. You guys are doing great at home. Let's hit the left side, okay? So, left foot's forward, back foot's turned on its side, okay? Again, wide stance, back leg is straight, knees tracking the second toe, this front leg. We bend into that left leg, okay? Give you guys a side view here. So we want this stretch in that right hip. Stay in the pose. So one thing I see often teaching class, people are crunching in like that. We don't want that. You should be relaxed up here, right? Your arms are just up in the air. You're wrapping the triceps, right? Your triceps should be facing me, but you don't want to be bunched in and scrunched in like that, okay? Stay in the pose. Less than 10 seconds, right? Deep inhale, long exhale. Deep inhale, long exhale. Great job. All right, let's get these hips, standing hip stretch. We're gonna work our way to the ground here shortly. All right, so we're gonna stand on the left leg, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. We're gonna sit down into it. Notice how much more flexible you are now in this second set. Again, it's a great pose if you have a weight or block to put your hands on. Stay in it, you're doing great. You've got 15 seconds left. See if you can bend that left leg a little bit more and set deep into that right hip. Deep inhale, exhale out. One more time, deep inhale, and let it all go. Stand up, shake it out. We're almost home, you're doing great. We're gonna go ahead and switch. Left ankle comes over the right quad. Pull the leg up a little bit if you need to. Both hands come down to the mat. I'm just gonna sit here and open up the hip. You may notice one side's a little tighter than the other. Side view. Ten seconds, you're doing awesome. Get that last little bit out of the stretch. Deep inhale, long exhale. Last time. Let it all go. Awesome job. We're going to finish now a little seated meditation. I love finishing my yoga practices and even my workouts with this meditation. So you can do this meditation at the gym as soon as you're done with your workout. It's 4 parts. I call it my daily mind right meditation. So just get comfortable. You don't have to be some crazy, yoga guy to meditate. So eyes are closed. Just get relaxed. The first part's just a moment of gratitude, right? You got a chance to move your body maybe in a new way, stretch things out. You got a roof over your head, family, friends, your health, whatever it may be. Just take a moment for gratitude. What are you grateful for in your life right now? Now I want you to lift up a loved one. Imagine a glowing light hovering over them as they go about their day. Just pour blessings upon them. I'm a big believer that we're all connected. What a great gift to give someone, knowing that you're thinking of them today. I often share my brother's a police officer. I see him coming home from work. His kids are waiting on the porch for him. They're giving him a big hug when he comes home. Just pour blessings upon your loved ones today. Now I want you to visualize success today. What does a good day look like? More importantly, what does it feel like? If you're an athlete, maybe it's a game you have coming up. Maybe it's a practice. Maybe if you're a parent, it's simply coming home and having a good meal with your family. What does a good day feel like? Have that moment now. See it happen before it happens. Finally, I just want you to be present. Be still. Listen to the rise and the fall of the breath, the sounds around you. Just be. If you're doing this outside, you may notice birds. If you're doing this inside, maybe you hear something in the house. Maybe it's the rise and the fall of the breath. Just be present. You're not trying to stop any of the sounds you hear. You're just trying to notice them and be. Softly open your eyes. Pull your hands to prayer. God bless. Thank you for moving and connecting with me today. I'll give you a little backstory on that mind right meditation. So the third part of that was that visualizing success. So years ago, I was playing college again at the University of Florida. We were playing South Carolina that week. Lou Holtz was the coach. And we're watching film. And Coach Holtz liked this one formation in short yardage situation for whatever reason. And I'm in the hotel the night before the game. I'm playing the game in my head. I'm also texting my girlfriend, doing what a bunch of college kids do. But for whatever reason, that play kept coming up the night before in the hotel. Sure enough, we're playing in the swamp, 90-something thousand people screaming and yelling. It's fourth quarter, 4th and goal. Game is on the line. If they get a first down, maybe they win. If we hold them, we win. And they came out in that formation. And it was like the world went silent. 90,000 people couldn't hear anything, right? But I could see the blades of the grass. I could see the tight end's hands on his fingers. I could see the pupil of the fullback. I was in a flow state. So when the ball was snapped, I jumped the gap, hit the ball carrier in the backfield. Crowd goes wild, we win the game. We go into meetings the next day, and my linebacker coach was like, I had no idea how the hell you knew that happened, but I'm glad you did it. How did you know that was going to happen? I saw it happen before it happened, if that makes any sense. And that's part of this meditation that I do every single day. Again, whether it's at home or at the gym, yoga, do this meditation. You'll notice it improve your performance on and off the field as well. That's it. Guys, have a great day.